This is gonna suck if it does. I don't know how, but the Mevo apparently ran out of battery. We're gonna give this a second. It doesn't look like it got deleted, so that's good. Let me post a comment over here. Y'all, Mevo died. Plugged up to new. Plugged up to laptop, starting new live. All right. Oh my gosh, that sucked monkey butts. So apparently Mevo died, and I have no idea how it died because I thought it was fully charged. Unless there's something that I just don't know about the Mevo, but that stinks. All right, so this little guy popped out over here. I don't feel like doing this whole entire thing over here again, so we're going to jimmy rig this sucker. All right. I am going to put another zip tie through here, and we're going to go with that. Let me get this going over here. I just posted on the other video. I've got 26 of y'all back. Oh, that sucks. I know some people are going to be so mad. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Hi, ladies. I am so incredibly sorry. I honestly don't even know if this is being on the same exact video or if this started a brand new video. I have no idea. So, I'm sorry about that. I am. Okay. Mevo died. I've got Mevo charged up to a different battery now. Not a problem. All right, so this little guy popped out over here, which isn't a problem. So I'm just going to stick an extra little zip tie in the back of him. I don't know, or maybe the fact that it's got that bright light on him, on the Mevo, and I'm wondering if it kind of caused the Mevo to die out or something. I don't know. All right, that part's done. All right, that's all. And guys, I think I'll include a few extra zip ties in the kit as well, just in case something like this happens to you where mine pops out. So, all right, so let's make this guy handsome now and move y'all back down. Whoop, without falling over. Okay. All right, how's that gonna work? Let's see here. There we go. All right, new video, good. I tried to put a comment on there to let y'all know. Okay, there we go. All right. For some reason, this is not looking the same, but that's okay. I think we can work with it. Try to move it down just a little more. We'll plug up the glue gun over here. We're going to need him in a few minutes so we can put on the stars and everything. And I don't put glue between every single one of these. I just kind of see where everything's going to fit, which piece does not want to stay in place. The great thing about metallic mesh is it has a tendency to stay in place better so than some of its other people, like regular poly mesh. So it's like once you tuck it into place, it typically stays there. It's not an issue. All right, I'm going to tuck that in here. It's like playing the tucking game now, like tucking your kids into bed. All right, we're going to get this in here. And that's basically what this is at this point. So probably what I'll end up doing is I'll end up coming back and I'll just check which of these ones are not wanting to stay, which of these ones are not like the others. So like this one, looks like these ones right here don't want to quite stay. I'm going to try to push them down a little more and see if that makes a difference. The lighting's a little off because my hand was in the face. So, all right, the hand was in the way. I'm going to try to keep that in mind because y'all couldn't see. All right, here we go. Tuck that white in. If you tuck them down towards the bottom, if you tuck the ends towards the bottom, they shouldn't pop back out. Notice I said the keyword shouldn't. Like this one is not quite at the bottom. And it also depends on the look you're going for, because I know that my roses have a tendency to have more of a tighter, crisp look to them. So you could leave the ends sticking out. Some people like the ends out. So I do like the double petals at the center as well. You get away from not having to use twine to get the shape that you want. I haven't even finished adjusting the center yet, actually. This one I want up a little more. Like I said, I'll probably go through, not tonight, but tomorrow to do, well, probably tonight actually. All right, this guy needs to get tucked in here. This guy needs to get tucked in here. Let me check the outside. Most of the outside is good. This white piece, I'm just making sure that gets tucked in. And tuck this in. A lot of this is like playing the tucking game now. All right, and tuck you down. Without playing the tucking game without untucking everything else. Aw, thank y'all ladies. I like it. I like the patriotic mesh ones, honestly. You know, and they're good for all year round. They're not just good for 4th of July. So they're good for Memorial Day. They're good for Veterans Day, you know, whatever you want to. Anybody who's in a military branch, you know, or, you know, they have a loved one and they're at home or something, but they've got a loved one in the military. All right, so I think I'm okay with that part. Let's get this part tucked in. All right, and then this one. Okay, I do want to put a little bit of hot glue on some of these. Not much. Most of them actually don't even need it. So if you can find the right area to tuck them in at. And that's the thing, when you're doing this, you just need to play with it for a little bit and just kind of get it into the spot. All right, now let's go to the center. All righty. Because I do like my little, so what I'm going to do here in the center, I'm going to come here and I'm just going to kind of curl this one down and kind of curl this around it, kind of like the way we used to do the old roses, but just to kind of get it into position so it's laying the way we want it to lay. And then if I need to pull it apart, I will. All right. Got that in there. Okay. And push that down here. I'm concentrating a little bit, so if I'm not responding to any of your comments, I apologize for a second. All right, there we go on that part. And tuck that one in. Okay. It's one of those things where when you're doing the tucking, you got to pay attention to what you're doing. All right, get this guy down. I'll probably use a little bit of all right, push that out. This is the center. I'll end up putting a teeny tiny bit of glue down here at the bottom to kind of cover up where the zip ties are, because inside you can't see it from here, and most people probably wouldn't even look for it, but I'm that anal about it and I would look for it. So I'm going to put a teeny tiny little bit of hot glue in there. So, and then put that piece down towards the bottom. So right here. Okay. And then stick that in there. It doesn't actually need too much hot glue anywhere else. This is where everybody's like, oh my God. People are like, use the hot glue tips. I strongly recommend you use hot glue tips too. Or you can be stubborn like me and insist that you're going to find yours, but you never will. And then after a little bit, it doesn't really get that hot. Like I just stuck it on there and you kind of lose sensation in your fingers. All right. And once you get that center down, all right, there we go. And wrap that around. Fabulous. This is why I like to have the double petals on the center. So, all right, get that in here. I also like to spray paint it, and when you get the board, the inside, the very center of it will also be spray painted red as well. So just FYI, even though I didn't do it for this one, I will do it for that one. So Just letting you know that in advance. All right. That's better. You just got to play with it, y'all. Okay. Ooh, I love that. Oh, 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 oh. I love it. I love it. It's like hold that pose. All right. Guys, when you're putting the glue on there, don't put mountains and mountains and globs of glue, okay? Put just a little bit, okay? You don't need a huge amount. And then just kind of pinch it together. You can use clips. I've used clips before. Or you can just use your fingers if you can handle it, or put clips on it. All right, there we go. Oh, love it. Okay, let's see if I want to move anything else. Oh my God, I'm in love. I'm in love with the mesher. Okay, I'm just making all sorts of stuff up at this point. I probably need to go to bed. There we go. I think I want to move this one towards the inside. All right, yay, I'm happy. Don't touch. Okay, so probably what I will do tomorrow is I will come back and I'm just going to put some glue on a few random spots. Like right in here is a piece of mesh that wants to move. I don't know. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get it right now. Because if I can get it right now. All right, there we go. And I'm not going to really hold that too much because once you put that in there, it's going to hold in place. All right, there we go. Okay, got it, got it. Those two are not going to move now. I'm not even worried about it. Everything, maybe a little bit right in here. Okay. And once it touches the other mesh, it's going to hold itself in place. Thank you, ladies. Linda, yeah, see, here's the thing about roses. Like I said, each one is individual. It's beautiful. And no two roses are going to be exactly the same. So I'm pretty sure you did a fabulous, fabulous job. I think you're harder on yourself. We're all harder on ourselves than what other people would be in the first place. So, all right, I'm going to put a little, if I can get to it, teeny tiny bit right there. So it can attach to the white and hold in place. And guys, if you get a little bit of hot glue in certain areas, just brush it off a little bit. It should be fine. If it's on the red, this is why you see me kind of pulling it apart a little. Because certain colors, like if it's the white, it's not a problem. If it's the blue and the red, you're going to have to wait for it to dry and slowly pick it off piece by piece. I think everything else feels good. That's the great thing about metallic mesh. You don't need a whole lot of glue or anything to hold any places in because of the fact that it already clings to each other. All right, I think that's done, y'all. We have one last part that I want to add to it, but look how beautiful it is. Where's the top? There we go. There we go. Isn't it gorgeous? It feels like it should be in a pageant. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the very last thing, and then if you order the kits or you email or you message me on Etsy and you get on the waiting list for the next batch to come out, you'll also get the stars that are already hand painted. All right. And then they'll already be sealed as well. So, look at this little guy popping out on me. This is probably my shirt sticking on it. That's okay. I'm not worried about it because I'll just do the same thing. I'll stick probably 8 extra zip ties in the kits. So that way, if that happens to you, you won't have a problem. All right. That needs to go down right there. Okay. A little bit go down. I think, actually, hold up. Let's take these two, now that I think about it, and let me see if I can move them. I actually want to move these forward. Move the blue back. Here we go. Okay. And I think same thing here. All right, so I'm going to lift that blue up. and move that forward as well. Not a big deal. It's just something that caught me, hindsight 2020. Thank you so much, ladies. The last thing that I'm going to be putting on here are the little wooden stars, but that bothered me. I want all my red and I want all my whites to be on the inside. I want the blue creating that crescent shape that we were looking for on the outside, which is why when I saw this from this corner, I'm actually glad this little guy popped out over here, because if it hadn't have been for him, I wouldn't have seen it. All right, you got that there. Okay, and push him down. There we go. All right, bring this guy up. Okay. And I've got one hiding here. All right. I'm a little anal when it comes to things like this, y'all. You should know that about me by now. If it's not to my liking, I will keep fumbling with it, fiddling with it, should I say, not fumbling, because I know what I'm doing. I will keep fiddling with it until I am happy. So, and that's exactly what I'm doing. All right, so that's better. I'll fiddle with it a little bit more, not right now, because I think we can go ahead and at least get that part on. All right, there we go. All right, and then push that over a little bit, and there we go. Now I'm a little happier with it. Okay, now I am happy. Okay, all right, so now let's go ahead and get our stars on, and there are a few places that I do want to go back and add some hot glue to, that I can always add a little bit later. So, not a big deal. All right, here we go. So what you want to do here is you kind of want to lay out where you're going to have your stars at. So let me get the top. All right, the top's right here, okay? So I usually like to put one right around here. Let's see here. Let's do here maybe, and then I'll alternate and I'll go down. We'll play around with it and we'll see. I actually think maybe put this one down. This one needs to be glued right there on that top spot. And then put this here, as long as we don't drop it and lose it in there, as long as I don't sneeze on it. The kits are probably sold out, sweetheart. So what I would do is get onto the waiting list, because I will be opening more kits up next week for it. Let's see, maybe right here. I wouldn't mind a few further back, but we're going to do about right. Doot, 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 doot. Okay. We're going to put it in the first place. That's why I'm going to make sure that you have 10, so that you have enough to put where you want them. Okay. That one fell off. It won't fall off in a minute. I'm going to glue the sucker on, but for right now they're falling off. All right, maybe here. We'll see. All right, so let me at least start with that one. I do want it here, I think. And then I think I can put the last one right down here. Okay, let's go ahead. So I'm going to put a little dab of hot glue on the back. Okay, and just put it where you want it to be. Okay, there we go. Give it a little bit. Depending on the angle that you put it in, you're probably going to have to stick it somewhere. So where did I get the stars? Actually, these ones I've had since last year. I ordered like 1,000. So I can't remember about these ones. I bet you I had somebody on Etsy make them for me. But you can find them at Hobby Lobby. You can find them at Amazon as well. And I think these ones, let me put this one on and I'll measure it for you. All right, I'm going to try and make sure it sticks to something first. There. Okay. Let's see here. So this one is exactly, it looks like 1.25 inches. And I think the ones that I just placed an order for on Amazon were 1.5 or 1.75, I think. So I think I want him here. Yeah, I want him in there. Oh, I hear that wind outside, y'all. There we go. Ooh, that's a cute idea, Nancy. I like that. All right, there we go. Hindsight 2020. I may have to up that then. Okay, we're gonna bump this out. And you kind of want to get it towards the outside a little bit. There we go. Awesome sauce. I love this. I mean, like I said, it took me a little bit. I think that's fine. Just because one, I was figuring out the new board, but two, and all the ones I had done previously were on my old boards. But mainly to move some of the blue mesh around into the right place. It's kind of like that cowlick that you have that doesn't want to go into the right spot. Like it never wants to do anything. I like this one up here. Now this one I'm going to hold for a second because it's right there on the top. All right. I think we are good. All right, there we go. And I don't think there's any art to where you're going to put them at. I think it's personal preference. So, completely up to you. There's nobody telling you you have to do it in a certain spot. All right, and put this one here and hold it there. And I think I got it. I think I want to move this one just a little. We'll see about moving that one. All right, I want to let the stars dry for a minute. So I'm just going to show y'all what it looks like laying down, because that way I can get the stars into place. I usually like to let them sit for about 24 hours once I've glued them on like this. But what do y'all think? Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't this something that you could easily do on your own? This little guy right here, I've got to take a little, I got to take a little pin too. Not a pin, but another zip tie too. But isn't this something that y'all can easily do on your own? I love it so much. It's easy for you to do. Again, if you want a kit, make sure you go onto my Etsy shop and you let me know. Let's share this little guy out. And guys, if you learned something new, if you loved what you saw, definitely give some likes, definitely show some love. I would definitely really appreciate it. I really enjoy y'all being on here. If anybody has any questions, now's the time to ask. I'll be happy to answer them for you. And then I will go live again on Saturday to do a easy. Wouldn't this be fun for like a mother-daughter time or something like that? Hosting a workshop or whatnot, or just doing it for yourself, you know? I mean, it's gorgeous. I love it. It's perfect, and it can go through more than just one part of the year. So there y'all go. Once the stars completely dry, I will take a picture tomorrow. I don't think anybody has any questions. I appreciate y'all sticking with me, and yeah, I think that is it. Don't forget, uniqueinthecreek.com, guys. Use code SPARKLES and you can take 10% off of your orders. Yes, it was not 10 by 10, Sandy. It was a 10-inch roll. It was the 10-inch, but I cut them at 9 inches. I mean, you can cut them at 10 inches. It's not going to matter, but you are going to end up using more because instead of the leaves, I did put additional petals on the very outside where the leaves would go. And that very, very inside row of 4, I doubled up on every single one of them. So instead of just putting 4 petals, I would put 2 petals in each of those 4 spaces, so 8. So you're definitely going to use slightly more than one roll if you were to do it all in one color. But if you're ordering it, you're going to need red, white, and blue. And then the stars are about 1.25 inches. So, all right, y'all, I am going to shower and I am going to head to bed. This is very, very easy. For me, it just makes more sense starting on the outside and working your way in. And yeah, definitely let's share this, guys. Show some love. And guys, I hope y'all have a great evening. Thank you guys so much. I am going to head to bed. But he is gorgeous and I love him. Let me see if he's dried enough. There we go. He is absolutely gorgeous. Love him to death. And you can play around and put the colors where you want them too. So, all right, guys. Have a great evening. Mwah. I am heading to bed. As soon as I figure out, oh boy, now we're going to play with the camera because Isabel has no freaking clue what